What if that glowing check engine light on your dashboard isn't always a disaster, and in some cases can be cleared in minutes without a scanner? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today, we're looking at the 2 fast ways to reset the check engine light, and when they actually work. So when you need to reset the check engine light of your vehicle, before you panic, disconnect your battery, or ignore the warning, you need to understand one simple truth. Resetting a light is not the same thing as fixing the cause of a check engine light problem. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 2 fast and best ways to reset the check engine light without a scanner, explain when they actually work, when they don't, and most importantly, how to avoid making your car worse in the process. If you stay with me to the end, you'll know exactly which of the 2 methods will work best when they're a bad idea, and what the smartest move really is for your car. Now let's get started. What the check engine light really means that check engine light is part of your car's onboard diagnostic system, known as OBD2 on most vehicles built from 1996 onward. When your car detects a fault that affects emissions, fuel mixture, or engine performance, it stores a trouble code inside the computer and turns the light on. In simple terms, that light is your car talking to you. It's not screaming, it's not guessing, it's basically saying, hey, something needs attention. Now here's a really important distinction. A solid check engine light usually means a non-urgent issue. You can typically keep driving, but you should not ignore it. A flashing check engine light is completely different. That almost always means a serious misfire that can damage your catalytic converter very quickly. If your light is flashing, you should stop driving as soon as it is safe and get professional help. That one difference alone can save you thousands of dollars. Common reasons. The light turns on. The most common cause people run into is simply a loose gas cap. If it isn't sealed properly, your fuel vapor system loses pressure and the light comes on. Other common reasons include bad oxygen sensors, worn spark plugs, failing ignition coils, mass airflow sensor problems, or even a struggling catalytic converter. Less common but more serious causes can include vacuum leaks, fuel injector failures, timing issues, or internal engine problems. Because there are so many possibilities, guessing is a terrible strategy. Instead, think about when the light actually came on. If it appeared right after you filled up with gas, the gas cap is the #1 suspect. If it came on while you were cruising on the highway, airflow or fuel delivery problems are more likely. If it came on while you were idling at a stoplight, a vacuum leak or sensor issue is more common. If it happened after heavy rain, moisture in wiring or connectors could be the culprit. And if it came on right after recent repairs, there's a very good chance something was left unplugged, pinched, or not installed correctly. That context tells you a lot before you even touch a tool. Quick checks before resetting anything. Before you try to reset anything, do 2 very simple things. First, remove your gas cap and tighten it again until you hear several clicks. Many people fix their check engine light just by doing that. Second, pop the hood and take a quick look around. Check for anything obviously loose like unplugged connectors, cracked hoses, or damaged wires. If you recently had maintenance done, double check that everything was reconnected properly because something as small as a loose plug can trigger the light. Should you check your battery? Yes, and this is something most beginners don't think about. A weak battery or failing alternator can trigger random check engine light codes that have nothing to do with your engine. With the engine off, a healthy battery should sit around 12.4 to 12.7 volts. With the engine running, it should be closer to 13.7 to 14.5 volts. If you're outside that range, you should address the electrical issue first before chasing engine codes. 2 fast ways to reset the light. Now let's talk about the 2 methods that you can use to reset the check engine light. The first method is ignition cycling. This is where you turn the key to on and off several times without actually starting the engine. On a very small number of older vehicles, this can sometimes clear minor glitches or force the computer to recheck itself. But here's the honest truth, most videos don't say. On the majority of modern OBD2 cars, ignition cycling does not reliably erase stored trouble codes. Sometimes the light may go off, but that usually happens because the fault was intermittent or because the car hasn't completed its internal self-tests yet. It doesn't mean you actually fixed or cleared anything. If the real problem is still there, the light will almost always come back after a short drive. So ignition cycling can work occasionally, but it is not a dependable reset method on modern cars. The second method is disconnecting the battery. This does clear stored codes on many vehicles because removing power resets the engine computer. People usually turn off the engine, disconnect the negative battery cable, wait a few minutes, then reconnect it. In most cases, the check engine light will be gone when the car starts again. Why these methods are not real fixes. Both of these methods can make the light disappear temporarily, but they do not repair a bad sensor, a misfire, a vacuum leak, or a failing catalytic converter. If the underlying issue remains, your car will detect it again, and the light will come back. That's why blindly resetting the light without diagnosis can be risky, because you might hide a problem that could get worse over time. Now let's look at the safest way to reset the light. If you truly want to reset the check engine light correctly, the best tool is still an OBD2 scanner. You plug it into the port under your dashboard, read the code, fix the issue, and then select Clear Codes. This clears the fault without wiping all your car's learned data, which is exactly what you want. If you don't own a scanner, many auto parts stores will scan your car for free. What happens after a proper reset? After clearing codes with a scanner, your car runs internal self-tests called drive cycles. This can take one trip or several days of normal driving, depending on the vehicle. If the light stays off, your fix likely worked. If the same code returns, the problem is still there. If a different code appears, there may be a related issue. This period of normal driving is just as important as the reset itself. When you don't need to reset at all, sometimes you don't need to reset anything. If your issue was minor, like a loose gas cap, the car may automatically turn off the light after a few successful drive cycles once it confirms the problem is gone. That's actually the gentlest and safest reset your car can do on its own. When you should not DIY, you should not rely on DIY resets if your check engine light is flashing, your car is misfiring, you have severe power loss, you smell burning or fuel, or you suspect internal engine damage. In those cases, professional diagnosis is the right move. Ignition cycling can work occasionally, but it is unreliable on modern cars. Battery disconnect can clear the light, but it also wipes important data and is not recommended unless absolutely necessary. The smartest approach is to understand what caused the light, fix the issue, clear the light with a scanner, and then drive normally while monitoring your dashboard. That protects your car, your wallet, and your safety. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to our channel for more videos, and be sure to check out this other video on how and why the check engine light and the traction control light may all turn on at the same time. I will see you in the video.